to get the happy space, with all of these people connecting into this central happy person, because we don't have portals, well, we're going to have portals, but let's assume in the short term that they don't necessarily aggregate content for us. We're going to need to have some form of personal content aggregation, some sort of control over our own knowledge that's coming through, or the own information. And these tools, there's RSS and there's ICAL and there's all these standards coming out, and it's going to be at the personal level, I believe, that in the future we're going to be managing this information. Portals will do part of the job, but the problem is that a government portal will deal with all the governments. We still have to deal with either. So new technologies will evolve to perform greater personal content aggregation. The other thing that I think will come through, because there's a big push towards web services, the thing that's going to come out of that is not only portals will be able to connect back to governments, but we'll be able to provide information brokering. Third parties who aren't government will be able to provide these types of services through back connecting. Now, for these sites, to be able to drive an e-citizen-centric framework that connects back through all this personal aggregation portals, well, they're going to need data sharing standards. Now, we have some of those in place now. I'm sure that most of you have worked with XML and RSS and SOAP and web services, all these different things. Some of the challenges are XML is a great language, but in itself it's not a specification. You've got to have a schema. You've got to know what are we actually reading from this. It's great. There's a human readable, apparently, bit of text file that you can actually decode. But it's the schema that makes the XML. So there's heaps of standards there, and it's all based around services. Web services, of course, all based around services too. For each of the services the government offers that needs to be put online, we're going to need to actually have those schemas, those specifications created. And so, by having consistency across those specifications, what's going to happen is that we'll get competition through multiple portals, perhaps, who can all connect back to the same thing.